Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It is your girl, Miss Honey, here for another Love and Marriage DC review. This is season 1, episode 4, Sex, Lies, and the Great Debates. Not sure where the Great Debates came in from, because a lot of stuff to me kind of seemed elementary, a given, understood, in this episode. But you guys tell me what you think. Before we get into the review really good, I want to do just a quick little housekeeping note, and that is to ask you to consider giving this video a thumbs up. Also consider subscribing if you are not currently a subscriber to Miss Honey's channel. I'd also love for you to share the video. It's important. Thumbs up is engagement, and so is commenting down below. So please remember to comment down below. I am very behind on replying to all my comments, and I typically do talk back in all my comments. I've just been super busy, and a lot of stuff going on. So I am going to catch up. I promise you that. Let's get into this episode. We pick up at the start of this episode with the end of the dinner with Tasha, Erana, Ashley, and Winter. Winter put together this lunch, and we learned just a little bit more about everyone else in this episode, but more importantly, we learned a little bit more about Winter. I don't know. I have some major trust issues with Winter, and a lot of that is what she's giving us in the confessionals. The way she's chiming in these confessionals is coming off a little divisive. It's coming off a little two-faced, a little backstabby. I don't know. But you guys know I'm suspect of Winter anyway. I have no idea why you're here on this show, and this is Love and Marriage DC. Your marriage is a shambles. Your man, who you may or may not be divorcing, is not even on the show, and you are out of your own mouth saying that it's been a year and you tired of talking about it, but that's all you talk about. And it's not because other people are bringing it up per se. It's because you, even if they do bring it up, you choose to expound. You choose to run through your story every time somebody even hints at the idea of you and Kevin. You tend to expound in a way that is not so positive to Kevin, and unbeknownst to you, equally as unpositive, non-positive, whatever for you. All right. We see, like I said, they finish the dinner. They wrap it up. They decide they're not going to talk about Kevin, aka the scammer, anymore. That conversation is over. We see where Erana and Ashley both agree that although they've never caught their husbands cheating, that they both participated in a measure of infidelity either before they got married or after they got married in Erana's case, but it was non-sexual, right? I won't say not intimate, I will say non-sexual, right? Because you can be very intimate with a person in conversation and not, your body parts never touch, really. So they both have had their bouts with infidelity on both sides. The husbands, they can't prove it on their husbands, but yeah, we're going to find out that Jamie was able to, find out some stuff that Erana was doing. All right. We're going to talk about that. So they both, Ashley and Erana, participated in a little tit for tat. In other words, I feel lonely. I feel excluded. I feel like you are giving your attention to someone else, so then I'm going to take my attention and give it to someone else. And Ashley is saying she hasn't done that within the marriage. That's what she say. That's what she say. Okay. But she did do it when they were dating, right? She did cheat on him, do a tit for tat cheat on him when they were dating. And Erana just kind of like, yeah, right, you know, and she's kind of talking along. I also thought it was odd that Ashley admitted that she and Erana talked a little bit more about this, you know, between the two of them. They had already had the discussion. It's to me, I don't know how in depth the conversation got, but out of Ashley's own mouth last episode, she said they aren't friends. She can't say that they are friends, that they are becoming friends. I don't know. Are you supposed to tell people all your business when you're becoming friends? Then we see Ashley go down to DTLR, which is the radio station that Quick is part owner in and radio host. And she talks to Sean, his manager, to discuss Quick's schedule and how they can put she and the kids on the schedule and cut back on some of the DJ work. Also, she wants to make sure that he's not so overbooked that he's putting himself in danger by continuing to operate from a place of being completely exhausted. And that includes driving, moving about the city, all of these things. Sleep deprivation can be just as hard on an individual's cognitive abilities as alcohol or drugs. She wants to talk to him about that, and she wants to make sure that he is safe. Let me tell you how DJ Quick comes off to me. Now, I really like him when he's talking about the youth. I really like him when he's in this mentor place. When Quick is in this mentor place, he comes across as authentic and likable to me. When he is talking to the adults, to his peers, for me, Quick comes off a little superficial, almost fake in a way, right? And in this conversation, you can just, I don't know, he just doesn't come off as genuine. He really seems as though working himself to the bone, working himself down to the very last drop of energy is a badge of honor for him, right? He thinks that's something to be proud of. But he says at the end of this conversation, he used to want to be the person that outworks everybody, but now he's in a mindset where he wants to be the person to out vacation everybody. Sounds great. Sounds good. Let's see you make it happen. I would love to see these couples on a trip minus winter. She does not need to be a single woman on these trips with no couple. Okay? Said what I said. All right. So there's that. Then we see where Erana has a conversation with her son Jayson. Now, let me just get on Erana for a second. Erana, to me, you come across very self-involved. To me, you come across very self-involved. You do not seem as though you are as active in the family life, in friendships, in other people's interests outside of your own. But your children. Oh, now her son Jayson is 21 years old, and he, like a lot of young people, is into tech, and he's good with tech, right? A lot of kids who are autistic have the ability to focus at a level that is unbelievable. They do amazing artwork, very intricate, detailed creatives. That's what they are. A lot of times people who cannot see, hear impeccably, right? And so, you know, he seems like he's just coming into a sense of what it is he's good at. He's 21. This boy is 21. Okay? He says he don't want a DJ. She's trying to get him in the Doors. Doors is this program that trains handy individuals with disabilities how to maneuver through the world, how to maneuver through their own home, how to live on their own, how to work on jobs, how to get jobs, that type of thing. He's 21. Why is he just now doing this? This should have been a part of his education from the time he was up and walking, how to move around his house. Why haven't you all had someone? He seems like he moves around his house pretty good, but why don't y'all have someone to this should be a part of his education, just like math and science and history. How to live as a disabled individual should have been a part of his education. I would say from the time he was 12. I don't have kids, but I'm just saying, from at least from the time he's 12, when he cognitively connects with a sense of independence, I would think you would have been training him in this way. Why don't you guys have someone with your Range Rover in the driveway, and next week we're gonna see y'all do real estate? Erana say she got businesses. Jamie's supposed to be the party king of Party Town. Why y'all? It just throws me off. This throws me off. The conversation and the lifestyle that you guys are putting forward for us to see is not supported by the actions and the experiences of your family around you. You don't have anybody to cook. You don't cook. You say you don't cook. You don't know how to cook, girl. This is what you say out of your own mouth. You don't cook. Okay, your son is telling you he wanna maybe work at Apple, and you're like, oh, this is news to me. Why is this news to you? Why is this news to you, girl? Are you talking to your son? Are you conversating with him? Now I know kids, the young people, because he's not a child. Young people don't talk as much, but you have to find ways around helping them to converse. One, and two, if you had someone experience to help him with his disability, to maneuver through this world with this disability that he has, you probably would know a lot more about him, because he would have tried a lot of things, and you would have asked him about it, and then you guys could have talked about it, and then you would have known, well, it seems like you like this more than this. This is weird. I also didn't understand why he's sitting in that room with this Ashley furniture, and there is absolutely no character in this room at all. Is it because he blind that you not hanging pictures up? That his room not painted? That he don't have things on his dresser that represent his personality? Like, usually when someone's been home all their life, their room is full of things that of places that they've been, movies that they've gone to. Doesn't matter that he can't see. Doesn't matter that he can't see. You don't even look around his room and see his interests. Even if y'all thought that this boy was into DJing, where is the it? Where the radio? Where the stereo? Where you know what I'm saying? Where the record player? Where the record player? Huh? What are we doing? Y'all playing in my face? You can't do it. You cannot do it. You cannot do it. I love this show. I love this show. I love this show. I'm Team Monique. I want this to work. I really, really do. But you're not going to play in my face. You're not going to play in my face. Okay. His granny comes in before Erana comes in, and she want to pair her watch with her phone, her Apple Watch with her phone, and he's trying to pair it all up, get it all paired up and put it all together, doing what he do. In come Erana, she gonna bust all that up, and she want to talk about the Doors situation. Really, the reason why the program is so far behind is because she has not put all the paperwork in. She hasn't done everything she needs to do to get him on board with this program. Erana, I blame you. I don't like it. I don't like it. You're coming across very self-involved, in my opinion. We then see Erana go to lunch with Winter, and She once again, to me, talking to Winter, you barely know her, and then what you do know about her should make you want to be cautious. But okay, y'all doing the show, I get it, I understand. You talking way too much. I agree with Jamie on that. She did share way too much in some areas. This whole sex thing, I guess it's supposed to be tantalizing and it's supposed to pull our ear a little bit. But the last person you need to be talking about or getting advice from is Winter. Why? Winter's got 2 failed marriages under her belt. Two. Why? It's weird. It is weird. Winter has a problem with the fact that she thinks Erana, when Erana, they sat down. Now, Erana looked like she was the only one that was eating to me. But she was asking her questions like, how do you feel about the conversation that you and Ashley had? And in the confessional, Winter is like, why is she bringing it up? This is about me and you. Why would you bring all of them to lunch when you wanted to talk to Ashley about the way she came off on you? Winter, you divisive. You trying to be relevant. This seems staged. I don't know if you trying to sell a service, your business, your as a relationship coach. I don't know, girl, but I don't really care for you. I just gonna be honest. I don't really care for you, girl. You come across real shady to me. And I wouldn't a bit more been talking to you about my sex life with my husband. I wouldn't a bit more been telling you that I had been caught in an indiscretion, because Erana is the one that was not intimate, not sexual with someone, but having intimate conversations, flirtations in her DMs on social media, and got caught by Jamie. And she said, Jamie said, you my queen. How could you do me this way? I don't know, Erana. That sounded a little, I don't know. Did he say it like that? Did he say my queen? Or did he say, itch, I know you lying. I know you looking lying. Right? Like, I know you ain't cheating on me. And the way you be watching my phone. Right? And she said she thought it was because she was lonely and all of that. Yeah, of course. She also says she kind of blames herself a little bit about why he's cheating. Yeah, I mean, if you self-involved, human nature. Just like he ain't paying you no mind and you went out and allowed someone to come in and whisper in your ear. If you ain't paying him no mind, 9 times out of 10, he will go out and find somebody who is paying him some attention. Right? No matter what that attention looks like. But Winter is definitely the very last person that you should have been talking to about this. Okay, Winter says that she lets on that she's 40, and I don't like how everything Erana is saying. She's kind of jumping on it and giving her opinion. Like, girl, this is not the time for that. This is the time to listen. This also lets me know what type of life coach you are or relationship coach you are. Okay, because you're not listening, you're not processing. What you're doing is giving input and guiding the conversation with your input. Whenever you do like, what? No, it sets the tone. It sets the tone. Period. Just saying. She says that she's 40, and she says, guess what? You're not going to believe this. I'm abstinent. I just feel in my faith journey right now. And Erana's like, really? Wow. I was like, why would you want anybody to be surprised by that? Why? I don't get it. She said she was abstinent. I was like, okay, girl, now she's saying she abstinent, and it's a Saturnalia miracle, right? It's a Christmas miracle that she is, of all people, she is abstinent. And at the same time, you saying your sex life is off with your husband. Right? Like, do you not, is red flags, the alarms not going off for you, girl? You don't need to be talking about this with this woman. I promise you, you do not. Trust me, you do not. Because if you ain't careful, your season 2 is going to be about Winter and Jamie. If you ain't careful, watch what I tell you. Be careful. So then we see where Erana decides she's going to make a dinner for the whole family, and this is going to be the vehicle to jump the conversation off between Jayson and his dad, because Jayson didn't want to tell his dad that he wanted to pursue his education as opposed to pursuing DJing. going to DJ school. And he wanted his mama to tell it. She want him to tell it. And she decides she's gonna have this dinner, and so she can help him tell it. Now, last week he was squeezing on his daddy's arm talking about DJ, and now he's sitting next to his mama, and I see that he is squeezing on his mama's arm. And he's just giving that little fatty part of the arm a squoze. He just, I think it's like thumb sucking or twirling your hair. It's a masturbatory response. It soothes him in some sort of way and connects him with the person that he is talking to or talking about or something. You know what I'm saying? He's getting something from that squeezing, right? And a lot of times when you touch people, you can tell when they tense up, when they get cold. You know, when I say cold, I mean when they shut their energy off, you know, when they go stiff, that type of thing. So he may be doing it for that reason. He may have anxiety. And again, this is something that soothes him, but it's something I made a note of again this episode. This is where she admits she can't cook. When she pulls out this plate to cut this onion up, and she act like she don't know how to cut the onion up. And then her mama help her put the crab boil on. I can't stand crab boils. I do not like crab boils. I know people don't like that. I like shrimp. I like andouille sausage. I like corn. I like all of those components. I just don't want them all boiled in the same water and dumped out on the table. I don't like that. I don't care for that. They got crabs. They're making a whole crab boil, seafood boil. Put it on the table. Her daughter is coming. Her daughter is from a high school sweetheart. And she and Jamie raised this daughter, but it's not his daughter. So she got 2 sons by Jamie and 1 daughter by a dude she went to high school with. And this girl is older and out the house, right? We see where Jamie comes in with Jamie Jr. Jayson comes on down the stairs. She done made Jayson hot dogs. I mean, he probably used to eating hot dogs, processed food, because his mama don't cook. His mama don't cook. I bet you, I'd be surprised if he eat vegetables. I'd be very surprised if the boy even eat vegetables. Okay, I bet he a mac and cheese, McDonald's, pizza, hot dog, hamburger kid. Dollars to donuts. I'm prepared to be wrong. Anyway, she put the food on the table, and then she let everybody know this what she want to talk about. She kind of segues into the conversation that she talked with Jayson, and Jayson said he don't want to be in DJing school. Daddy at the other end of the table. And so she said, Jayson takes the conversation over. He does very well. He says, I think I would rather pursue my education than to be a DJ. And then everybody literally chimes in and says, just think about it. You can get girls this way, because his daddy is like, how you gonna get a girl? You know, I'm just trying to help you get out here in this world and get something done. If you don't want to do that, if that's your plan A is to go to school, what's your plan B? What do you mean my plan B? This is what Jayson said. What about socializing? I'm gonna try to get out the house. I want to get a girlfriend. I don't know why he went right to that. I'm trying to get a girlfriend. Well, how you gonna get a girlfriend? You know, he said, well, I don't have any money now, Dad. I need to get a job so I can have some money. I'd like to hopefully work at Apple one day. I really like Apple. And he says, well, how you gonna do that then? And then Jamie Jr. chimes in and said, oh, just think, if you were a DJ, you get a lot of girls, right? And then the sister was like, oh, it's a very lucrative field. And then the mom is like, you know, you always liked music when you was coming up. You always enjoyed music. Listen, you guys are never, ever going to be able to check Jayson off of the list. You're never going to be able to autopilot Jayson. You know why? Because Jayson, like all your other children, belong to you. You will always, 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 always have to have them somewhere on your priority list. If they 65 and you 95, you still gonna have your children on your priority list. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. So y'all quit trying to get Jayson ticked off and get him on his way. Okay? It seemed like to me Jamie won't things to be just so. He wants to say, I got this son set, this son is set, and my daughter set. I'm out. I'm done. I got them straight. So you have thought of a career that you think your son, your disabled son can do, and this what you gonna do. And have the nerve to have an attitude and be indignant when he tell you, no, that's what you want me to do. I don't want to do that. I don't understand why he can't do both. I don't understand why he can't do both. Why can't he focus on his education right now? And then as a hobby, go into DJing if that's what he wants to do, or producing, working a soundboard. There's a lot of things that this guy can do, but the problem is you guys are not as involved with your son. You guys have not been as involved. You've taken care of him. You've made sure that he is safe, physically safe, but you have not put the work in to make sure that he is a well-rounded adult. Because none of this would be a shock to either Erana or Jamie if you are actively engaging with your son. Instead of saying, you know what, I lay your clothes out, I tell you what to wear, I make your food, I do all of these things for you, I'm also going to tell you what you need to do as a career. But then Jamie, for you to get indignant, your son said you was going to have an attitude. Jayson said he was going to have an attitude when he knew, and guess what? Jamie had an attitude. And it was just a crazy moment for me. I love the fact that the sister, after the conversation got going and she realized that he kind of was dug in. Jayson was kind of dug in his stance. She said, you know what? I'm proud of you, because I wish I had that conversation with mom and dad. Then a lot of stuff that I'm doing it because y'all want me to do it. It was expected of me. It's not necessarily what I want to do. And Jamie and Erana both was like, what? I don't know what she could possibly be talking about. We just talking about y'all treating y'all kids like tasks. That's all. We just talking about you guys treating your children like tasks. Okay, you involved in your own life, you're involved in your own ish, but are you involved in your children's lives? Are you really that involved in your children's lives? Are you just making sure they got a roof over their head, they safe, and they fed? I'm just saying. Jayson wants to live on his own. I just don't understand why they're just now prepping him. Why are they just now prepping him in this vein? It's weird. Y'all tell me what you think. Put it down below. Date night. We see Erana and Jamie and DJ Quick and Ashley. They go for a date night at this ping pong place. Right off the bat, Jamie tells DJ Quick that Jayson doesn't want to go to DJing school. And DJ Quick is not invested like that. He's invested in what's best for Jayson. He says don't force him. Don't force him. It's just going to go all off kilter if you try to force him. Period. Great advice. We see where Erana talks about lunch with Winter, and they got to talking about romance. I didn't hear any of that romance conversation. I did not hear that. I heard some scandalous conversation, right? But I didn't hear no romance conversation. But let's go with that. And then she said she recommended a sex therapist. Okay, everybody side-eyeing her like I'm side-eyeing her. And Quick says, okay, y'all sex life that bad? Y'all need a therapist? Quick. Go ahead and pump your brakes, capital H. Go ahead and pump your brakes, because you ain't never home. You ain't never home. And you ain't gonna make me believe you thumping down them walls that hard that your wife ain't got no complaints about sex. No, she got complaints about sex. It's just her other complaints take precedent over that. Okay. When was the last time y'all had sex? That question seems so forced. It seems so forced. He was trying to really look like he had that genuine question pop up in his head. It just didn't feel like it. And this is what I'm saying. I think he who he is deep down inside comes out naturally when he's talking to the youth and things like that. When he's talking in this setting for these scenes, he comes across inauthentic. He comes across fake to me. Said it before, I'll say it again. You know, this just season 1. He got time to get it right. When was the last time y'all had sex? Apparently it's few and far between. What Erana is saying in the confessional is he always high. His sex drive is always high. She tell Winter this too now, mind you. Okay, but hers is low. She, you know, he in the confessional, she also says that you know, he wants to do it, but he doesn't make her want to do it. He always wants to do it, but he doesn't make her want to do it. He doesn't do a lot of foreplay. Not making out, that's all foreplay is. Making out is key. People don't make out no more. So I feel Erana on that. People do not make out anymore. All right, I get it. But at the same time, ma'am, are you rubbing up on him? Are you easing up on him from the back? You know what I'm saying? Going up underneath that shirt, feeling them that belly button. Are you doing that, ma'am? You grabbing his titties? Okay, you want him to grab your titties and suck them. Are you grabbing his titties and sucking him? That's all I'm asking. It go both ways. It go both ways. Right? You want your breast kiss, your neck kiss. You got to kiss other people's breasts. You got to kiss your husband's breast. Not other people, but your husband's breast. You got to kiss his neck. Okay? You got to pat him on the butt. You got to grab both handfuls of them cheeks and pull him close to you. You know what I'm saying? You got to go down on that zipper real smooth like. Okay, and rub it like a magic lamp. Rub it like a magic lamp. And when you feel everything get all rock hard, party time. Party time. What you doing, Erana? This is what I'm saying. Erana is self-involved. This is what she's saying in the confessional. Now, Jamie don't want to talk about none of this. Even though he's the one that brought up the box. The fact that when he go down to downtown Julie Brown, you know what I'm saying? When he go downtown to you know what I'm saying, tickle the little man in the boat, she don't want him to do it. She don't want him licking her ice cream cone. Okay? She don't want him waxing her floors. Okay? She don't want it. Now, it's only 2 reasons why your woman don't want it. It's only 2 reasons why your woman don't want it, baby. It's only 2 reasons why. Either she's a fuddy-duddy, and she don't want you to do it to her because she don't want to do it to you. Or you ain't no good at it, boo. You ain't no good at it. You ain't no good at it. Now, it ain't the end all to be all to me. I'm going to need some backup services to that service. That to me, that is a preliminary. That's a pre-sex service, right? The actual is you going to need, you know, the things that, and you know what I'm saying? But still, it's a great opener. It is a great opener. It's a great opening act. And she don't want it. Either you're not good at it, boo-boo, or she's just so asexual that it's uncomfortable for her. It's foreign for her. Whether she's getting it or you're trying to get her to give it. We need to talk a little bit more about that. Not only do he not want to talk about it, boo, he don't want to go to no therapist. He don't believe that they need a therapist because he's always ready to go. Sir, sex is not just when you get hard. Did you know that? Did you know that if your penis never worked again, that you and your wife should still be having some form of sexual contact? Are you aware of this, sir? Are you with me on this, sir? Pay attention. Pay attention. See, you coming across real caveman, not just with the kids, you know, this what me say go, right? And you coming across this like this in your marriage. You know what I'm saying? You want to just push the woman all up against the washing machine and jam your penis in her and give her 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 if she lucky, hard, straight pumps. And then once your waterfall go off, you done. You know what I'm saying? Very caveman. It's very, very caveman. Erana still kind of plays the blame game. She feels sort of responsible. She feels like if she wanted more sex, then maybe, she wouldn't have to worry about him out there in the world with other women. Don't matter, girl. You can lower yourself down from that ceiling. Okay, you hear what I say? In a full on cheerleader split on top of the wieners, boo. Okay, and hydraulics. Do straight hydraulics. Okay, you could be licking and slurping and slobbing and knobbing all up and down. You could work them hands and that mouth simultaneously, and he will still cheat on your arse. Make no mistake about that. But at the same time, boo, if he is hungry and you not the one feeding him, dollars of donuts, he getting fed somewhere. Okay, somewhere. All right. Okay. So that was that whole conversation. Finally, we get to Monique and Chris. They are back from Africa, and it's just general conversation, general banter. It always seems, everything seems to be Gucci, and then for whatever reason it just goes left with the two of these individuals. Okay, Chris shares a thought, and it's judged. Even if he shares a thought, which that's what she wants. She wants him to be more transparent. She wants him to be more vulnerable. She wants him to share. It doesn't matter. Even if he shares a thought, it's criticized. He is repeatedly being told his thought isn't good enough. His form of vulnerability and transparency is not good enough. When he said, a part of me is still in Africa, she said, why would you steal my line? That's not your line. That's our line. If your husband quoted you, why would you correct him publicly, Monique? That's what I'm saying about you need to have some shut mouth grace. You respond too much. It's a problem. You respond too much. You feel compelled to respond. You feel compelled to quantify. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. If nobody knew that you was the one that came up with that line, it's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. You're okay. We're all okay, dear. You don't have to weigh in on it. You don't have to have an opinion about every friggin' thing. You don't. Period. Shut mouth grace, girl. Look it up. Look it up. Okay. Monique got the radio job. Great. Kudos to her. She got the radio job. She starts right in with this, with her assignment. She was hoping to have some aha moments in Africa. Well, first of all, you took 3 children. Did you take a nanny? It's not like you and Chris went on a vacation, just the 2 of you guys. She said it was so much going on, she really couldn't have these aha moments. Well, you set the trip up, boo. You set the trip up. Did y'all have some date nights while you were there? Dinner on the Serengeti? Huh? Just asking. I'm just asking. Okay. She says he wasn't vulnerable. And he says, I'm trying to be vulnerable, but I just feel like you're not. If you're not trying. And if even if you are being vulnerable, if it's not what I'm expecting, then your intentions mean nothing. That was such condemnation. Ooh, Monique Samuels. That was condemnation. You basically just told your husband that whatever he gives you, if it does not meet your expectations, it is not good enough, and therefore it is wrong. Go back and listen to it. Go back and listen to it. I'm not judging you. I love you, sis. I want you to be your best, but I'm just telling you. What you did was condemnation. You just condemned him for being vulnerable. This is why I say, even if he shares a thought, that thought is judged. It's broken down, it's chopped up, it's spliced up, and it's thrown hard on the floor. Okay? And you spit on it. You're working yourself out of a marriage. Now, I'm not saying anybody should stay in a place that they're not happy. But I'm just telling you, if you think you're going to dig up something better out here in this world, I'm telling you, I've been living 52 years this year. September 1st will be my 52nd birthday. I'm telling you, it ain't nothing out there. You can cast your line all you want to. You'll bring in rubber tires, old boots, 57 Chevy, kitchen sinks, okay, a dead body, everything but a good sized fish. Trust me, it's hard out there for a pimp. Okay, you best till the soil your own. You best work with what God has given you.
Chris tries to break the awkward silence by asking her about her mom, and she doesn't answer for like a good 10 seconds, 6 to 10 seconds. And he says, huh? I said, huh? Are you there? Is this microphone on? Is this thing on? And then she's like, I don't know. He said, so you don't want to talk? She was like, no. He was like, well, guys, I guess this is a wrap. You guys can go. It's nothing to film if she don't want to talk with me. And then when he goes out into the hall, he said he's had about just enough of this BS. Okay. And then the male producer goes to talk to him, and the female producer goes to sit down and talk to her. She feels like, what's the point in talking if you're not going to tell me things I want to hear? And Chris says, not only in his confessional, but to this gentleman, this producer, I don't know what she wants. Nothing that I do is good enough. Monique says it's all surface. How? How can you tell him that everything that he says is surface? She says, we've been married for 10 years. You should know this stuff by now. You don't know. You going all the way to Africa to find something. To get a moment. To get an aha moment. This man's supposed to have them all up in through his big mountainous body. All sense ain't in one head, Monique. Come on now. Girl, you smarter than this. This just for the show. You doing this just for the show? Let me tell you what I think. And then I'm out. Because this is the end of the show. This is how it ends. I think they all could benefit from a couples team builder. I do. I think the conversation, a lot of talking, or the fact that people want to hide things and keep things locked in, even though their partner wants to discuss it, i.e. Erana and Jamie. These things are important to her, but he just wants her to keep it right there in their little marriage. I think in situations where conversation is the issue, then some physical activities, some physical exercises, right? Whether it's running or jumping, it doesn't matter. It could be chess. It could be a game of chess. It could be a game of checkers. Something to whatever the activity is designed to convey. Without a lot of conversation. It's the same activities they use for children, to get children to broaden their minds, to get children to come together in unity, to teach them how to share, to teach them how to talk, to express themselves. I think you guys, all of you, including the couple that tries to act like they got it the best, and that is DJ Works a Lot and Ashley. I think you guys all could benefit from a marriage team builder, where you're not just sitting around talking and debating with one another and cutting each other off, but instead you're physically doing activities that open up your mind to realize how you look at things, how you approach things, what type of communicator you are. It's not just sitting in front of a therapist and her just watching y'all go on and argue and then giving y'all an assignment. You all may be the type of learners that need to be physically engaged in some activity, and maybe that's how it locks into your brain and into your psyche, and therefore opens up the communication a little bit more. Just a thought. You guys tell me what you all thought of this episode, what you thought of this review. I'd love to hear it. Put it down below. Listen, and until next time, honeybees, mwah, 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 I'll holla.